therapy, your radiotherapy, your surgery, your palliative care, or you can even have all of them. It will depend on what the oncologist feels is appropriate for you.
Receiving palliative care is free at the different hospices. Despite this fact, Dr. Namisango says these facilities cannot meet all the required demands by the patients. She explains what should be done.
The palliative care teams may provide the care, but they may not solve the socioeconomic problems. So we want our communities to be creative. I've seen people approach the media and they put out requests for support for funding. They could go also to the radio to appeal to the public or the churches to appeal to people of goodwill to support them to address some of their socioeconomic issues. But the palliative care teams will also be able to do what they can, especially to manage the symptoms, which usually cost a lot of money and make peace of mind impossible.
She says that when one receives palliative care, they can cure from intense illnesses. She also adds that caring homes are needed in Uganda for those willing to look after their loved ones in a more caring environment. She explains how one should look like.
But I think it's good. I trained in the United Kingdom and I had an opportunity to spend quality time at St. Christopher's Hospice. And this is a hospice where families commonly bring their loved ones who are at the end of life, and they want that quality care, symptoms well managed, a good team to spend time with, an opportunity to have people who are there to journey with you so that you realize your end of life care wishes.
Maria Jacinta Kanyange, NTV.
In a shift. So if you divide 12 patients among it, 3 nurses, so that means that each nurse is handling 4 ventilated patients. So just look at it, that this nurse is not at the patient bedside at all the times, because she has to do this bed for some time, then go to the next one, go to the next one. By the time she comes back to the first one where she started from, you may find maybe eventuality has already happened in this patient, because she's not constant on the patient. She's manning 4 patients at a particular time.
You can receive 10 consults in the day for one bed. So you have to determine, of all the 10, who is likely to benefit for that bed, one bed. And that is the person whom we shall pick and take on.
An audit covering 16 regional referral hospitals and 5 national referral hospitals revealed acute personnel shortages exceeding 90% across all critical care cadres. Specialist positions such as principal nursing officers in critical care suffer from 100% vacancy rate, while senior consultant intensivists face a 95% deficit, with only 1 post filled out of 20 approved positions. Across all specialist care roles, hundreds of key medical and nursing positions remain unfilled.
We need to get to the root cause of what is happening. People are there outside trained to come and serve. Why are they not recruited? And those who you have recruited, you don't show interest in them that they are useful. We become a taxi. When they pick somebody on the road, once you enter the taxi, that's all. You are no longer important.
This is the gap. Senior consultant intensivists approved positions are 20. Only 1 is filled, leaving the 19 positions vacant, a shortage of 95%. Consultant intensivists are expected to be 24, but only 1 is currently recruited. 23 positions remain vacant, causing a 96% shortfall. Medical officers, special grade intensivists are approved to be 43, filling only 1 position, leaving 42 positions vacant, a percentage of 98%. Critical care medical officers are approved to be 60 in number. Only 2 are recruited, causing a gap of 58 officers and 97% deficit. Principal nursing officers for critical care are supposed to be 17 personnel. However, none is recruited, causing a 100% gap. Senior nursing officers for intensive care unit position filled are only 3, yet required is 68 officers, a shortfall of 65 personnel, a 96% gap. The nursing officers who also offer crucial support in the ICU are operating with a gap of 91%, with only 28 nursing officers recruited out of the approved 302, leaving 274 positions vacant. Assistant nursing officers' positions filled are 28 out of the approved positions of 335, leaving 307 positions. Respiratory or biomedical technicians approved to be in these ICUs are 12. However, 1 position is filled, leaving 11 vacant and 92% shortfall.
Don't we have specialists in Uganda? We do have them. Where are they? They're in private service. Why? The motivation, the living conditions, the welfare. They also have families like everyone else, you know. So why are we closing those eyes? We have them.
Dr. Charles Sendikadiwa is an intensivist and head of Mulago National Referral Hospital Intensive Care Unit. His lamentations are not restricted. The healthcare system worries him too. His call to action is loud.
We thought we were going to learn from the COVID, but we didn't learn. Because COVID was an eye-opener for the problems that we face with the ICU. Every hospital in Uganda, every health center had at least an equipment of an ICU to support the patients. Guess what? They are all down. Why? Why are they not working? Why are you eyeing only on Mulago for ICU when Naguru has, Chirudu has, Kawempe has, Jinja has, Mubende has? They should utilize all the centers, recruit the responsible people to serve.
The call for staffing in the critical care unit leaves many tearing. Health rights activists from the Center for Health, Human Rights and Development, Fatia Chiangi, questions whether the government is prioritizing. Fatia, quite upset by the current mortality levels in the country.
Are we auditing the people who are dying in all those critical care units? Dying for reasons that the specialist is not there.
The fear to get sick and end up in the critical care need causes distress among Ugandans. The executive director for Mulago National Referral Hospital, Dr. Rosemary Byanyima, sometimes runs out of options.
So at times, like the thoracic surgeons, the gastrointestinal surgeons, or the neurosurgeons may cancel a list of cases because there's no free ICU bed. So you see what that means to an ordinary patient who actually, the attendants will start making phone calls and saying, oh, I think these people need money to be bribed to put me on the theater list. Not knowing is because there's another bottleneck.
Is the Uganda government aware of how the ICU system is in need of critical care? Many questions are unanswered around Uganda's healthcare gaps. The government auditor has highlighted damning facts. 5 regional referral hospitals, including Hoima, Jinja, Mubende, Fort Portal and Kabale, lack adequate backup generators and switching systems, leaving critical ICU equipment stored and uninstalled. Key diagnostic machines such as X-ray machines at Entebbe, Hoima and Jinja Regional Referral Hospitals is broken or unserviced, limiting timely patient diagnosis. 3 regional referral hospitals, including Mubende, Fort Portal and Kabale, suffer from non-operational oxygen plants and incomplete pipeline networks, restricting oxygen availability.
Are we really prioritizing health?
There's a lot of unseriousness at the facility with the late night shifts. They have no urgency. They have no speed. They have no remorse.
The Human Resource for Health Strategic Plan for 2020-2030 and Operational Plan states that there are only 2 to 1 physicians per 10,000 people, less than 10% of the ideal 23. Surgeons 0.7 per 100,000 people, psychiatrists 0.14 per 100,000 and extremely scarce. The doctor-to-patient ratio in Uganda is 1 doctor for every 25,000 people, falling severely off the standard set by the World Health Organization of 1 doctor per 1,000 patients.
We need more nurses, but we would also need other specialists. And we've actually made an appeal and written to finance, requesting if they can give us like an extra 9 billion. Then would recruit critical staff, but then we shall go back to them because the staff will need what to use, because we need more medicines and sundries, more money for equipment maintenance, because we shall be recruiting more equipment to be functional. So there are other dependencies, but of course, starting with human resource. Because even if I had the equipment, if I don't have human resource, I can't.
Government has made good commitments in terms of improving health and well-being of Ugandans. Some of these commitments are actual on paper, but translating those commitments into action is where we have a problem.
Doctors are praying, citizens are wishing, but who is listening?
Sometimes it's really tough.
Questions, one after another.
You put the question marks of who is to blame.
If you are in the newsroom from 6 to the following day at 6, do you perform effectively?
The Uganda National Household Survey conducted by WOBOS 2023-2024 out-of-pocket health expenditures account to 30 to 40% of the total current health expenditure, with the least household spending at least 32,000 shillings. The Economic Policy Research Centre, EPRC, reports out-of-pocket expenditures of over 10% of total household consumptions are impoverishing people.
I see every time health system and education falling apart.
It's a cocktail of critical issues. Dr. Rosemary Anyima explains that the National Referral Hospital suffers shortages, including of critical essential medicines, due to the pressures from several referrals, with a maintenance budget of 4 billion contrary to 13 billion, the reason some machines may go unoperated. What would it take Mulago National Referral Hospital to fully function with all its machinery?
Our budgetary requirement as a hospital to fully run and not ask anyone to move out to buy anything would be, for medicines and sundries, would be to the tune of 100 billion. So if I'm receiving about 30 billion, then that's way below, and I have to find ways and means of making sure that I do the best within the available means.
Pillar 2 of the Uganda National Health Compact 2025-2030 looks up to strengthening service delivery capacity to increase access to people-centered services, but this is an extract from it defining Uganda's health system. And I quote, "Uganda's health system is at crossroads. It has successfully built an extensive network of health facilities, bringing physical access closer to many. However, the system's capacity to provide true people-centered services, defined by quality, equity, and financial protection, is critically weak."
So these youth games provide an important breeding ground and preparation ground for our young people, and we are hoping that through these zonal games we're able to build the capacity of our youth, and we're looking forward to a team of about 21, budget permitting, going to Nairobi.
In volleyball, Uganda's women volleyball team has registered a thrilling 2-3 victory over Senegal in a friendly match played at Kasarani Stadium in Kenya ahead of the CAVB Women's Nations Championship hosted in Nairobi, Kenya. Now 16 national teams, including Uganda's Lady Volleyball Cranes, are competing across venues like the Kasarani Indoor Arena.
You see, this friendly match we have had, at least we have gained confidence. Yeah, people are in good shape. Yeah. So we started from behind. We lost 2 first sets, and because I believe that players were not warm, they didn't warm enough. And the second thing, the confidence, they were not having it. But then from down, I think from first set and second set, people had warmed up. So, and they started to play their game. If you see the way we started, every ball attack was going out, nothing was working for us.
And because we have come from down and edged them 3-2, I want to inform our supporters that we have already tested the West Africa. And what is remaining is maybe the Northern Africa and Southern Africa. But as I look at it, I want to give them hopes that the team seem to have prepared so well, and we need to be confident and rally behind them. They are going to give us results because the urge is there. We can see it, and we see the morale is there. So.
And finally in sport, Kamuli Girls Boarding School netball team has revealed their dire need for attires and other necessities ahead of the national netball competition due next week in Mubende. The team was flagged off by Kamuli Municipal legislator Mastula Namato.
Hi everybody, I'm Nicola Tangen, the CEO of the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund, and today